Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bad Thought Studios. Today we are breaking down Deadpool versus Wolverine. I got Candid, Jay, X Rod. What's going on, fellas? How's everything?
Yo,
bro.
So we all went to go see it. Different days, we went to go see it. We all were not expecting the cameos. I think that's the one thing we should start with first because it was probably my favorite part. Exactly, my favorite part of the movie. A lot of people were anticipating a different movie, but we'll get into all that. But at first, I want to talk about the cameos. Candid and I, me especially, but Candid has also brought it up. Gambit is one of the most biggest.
Pause. Spoilers ahead.
Oh yeah, guys. By the way, spoilers ahead. Spoilers ahead. If you guys have not seen the movie, go watch it. Come back to this. All that good stuff. But
if you haven't seen the movie and then watching this, then you're just making it worse for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But we've been saying for years, bro, make a fucking Gambit movie. Make a Gambit movie. And not only were we fucking pumped, you can even ask X. I was like tapping him on the fucking shoulder. Like,
you weren't tapping me. You were slapping the shit.
I reached over to J Scroll. I was like, "Yeah, bro."
Dude, I was so pumped when I saw fucking
Matthew McConaughey.
Yep. When I saw Wesley Snipes first, I was pumped. But when fucking Gambit came in, it was a whole different fucking.
Dude, the card floating in the air was sick.
Can we just talk about his costume compared to everybody else's? The detail they put into it. Yeah, so that makes me think that they wanted this to be. It's going to be a thing because everyone else still looked good, but Blade didn't really look like Blade to me. Like his outfit was cool, but Gambit, dude, in the whole scene, they just made him fight more. They gave him the staff. It was perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I was stoked for that.
He's been trying to play Gambit for 15 years, bro. We've been talking about this forever, and he finally got his moment.
Maybe they're waiting for his, his accent to come in.
Hey, he actually did that very well, though.
He did do it good. At first, when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." But then he kept rolling with it. I'm like, "Okay."
I thought he was fucking around at first.
Yeah,
but he wasn't.
It came in clear at once. No, I'm saying it came in clear at once his accent, and then you're like, "What the fuck did he just say?"
Yeah.
And I love that they played it they played on that too. Even Deadpool's like, "What the fuck is going
on?" What did you just say?
Yeah,
dude. Did you know there's 45 cameos? By the way, sorry, 45 cameos.
Yeah,
in that movie.
Yeah, 45.
Wow, other Deadpools.
Yeah.
A decent amount. And then there's also you had Henry Cavill as Cavalry.
Bro,
dude. And did you guys notice what he did? Did you guys notice what he did though? His punches that he does for Superman. That was fucking.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, he does it with with the blades.
He had his own family in there too.
Really?
His wife and his kids were one of the Deadpools.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill?
No,
Blake Lively.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, she was Deadpool, and then one of his kids was the other one.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Deadpool playing cowboy Deadpool. I want to see more of that. I do.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is Nice Pool.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's fucking great. So, I started off, Tones. Is that cool with you? I know this is your show, but I wanted to say that this isn't what I expected to be, and I kind of told this to Jay over here. I was like, it didn't have Deadpool 3. It didn't say Deadpool 3 on it. It was Deadpool and Wolverine, and I felt like it was a Deadpool and Wolverine movie. It wasn't a Deadpool 3. And I'm okay with that. I think that we could still have a Deadpool movie that's dedicated towards Deadpool. Why waste the money to do that? They probably won't. They don't need to. But I don't want people going into this thinking that you're going to get a full Deadpool movie because that's not what it was. I feel like this was an introduction to the Fox to Marvel and to the MCU. And if they did a great job at doing that.
And I think that was my mistake. Sorry to cut you off, Jay. I think that was my mistake. I was going into it thinking it was going to be an introduction into the MCU, but more into it. We were going to see more cameos for Marvel rather than old Fox characters. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. I was going to say, I just love how they did this introduction, because it was an easy way for them to poke fun at everything that has gone wrong for them in the past, right? And even like everything that has been going wrong for Marvel recently. Like they even poke fun at the fact like people hate the multiverse stuff and they're tired of it. But dude, the amount of jokes that Deadpool cracks at like Fox and all the executives and even Disney is just such a good way to like meld the two like together and introduce everybody. It's so creative.
You know,
beautifully said, bro. Beautifully said. Like that was my exact thoughts too. You could play fun. You could have like a fun way of saying, yeah, we've been putting out shitty movies or not as fun movies to interact with, but Deadpool was that literally that person, that one person who can do that shit with the fourth wall and been able to talk about it. I loved it. Sorry, Kenny, go ahead.
You're good. He went full fourth wall.
Absolutely.
Like straight up.
More than other movies for him.
My favorite part though was the variants, like someone mentioned earlier. How many variants of Deadpool did we get? How many variants of Wolverine did we get throughout that whole thing too? We got Patch. Like, come on, dude.
Showing Patch.
Awesome.
Like,
you had short Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had actual size Wolverine the way he's supposed to be. Not 6'5" Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for all these cameos and all these other Deadpools, and there were still like even like a lot of iconic ones that were still even missing. Like there's a whole different series of Deadpools to where they're even different colors, like they're orange, purple. I think they're like, but they have actually different names as well. But I thought it was great, and everything they did for every cameo, every different version of everybody. I mean, it was done beautifully.
How do you feel? How do you feel about Sabretooth not being around there anymore?
Whatever.
When he cut his head off, that was the death of my childhood.
Yeah. I love Sabretooth, dude. That was one of the.
I love that they brought the original fucking Sabretooth back though.
Yeah,
like the original guy, dude.
Well, but all of them, all the mutants were the original ones.
Yeah, the original.
Exactly. But I like hats off to Chris Evans and being Johnny Storm again. I like we thought it was Captain America, and there was no way around it. Like we thought what fucking Deadpool thought, that was Captain America.
He's like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it.
And then it's just flame on, and oh my god, bro! But I was even more pumped for that. I thought that was fucking
crazy.
I thought that was way more like that was something I didn't expect, but I fucking loved it. You know what I'm saying?
It was so funny.
What do you guys think about Juggernaut?
Yeah.
So, they downplayed him because I didn't like that version of him in, I think it was X-Men Last Stand.
It was Last Stand, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't like that version of him, but it's actually not even the original actor for him. That's what I will say.
No, and see, I like the CGI version of him, like when they actually made him look like, you know, he had the
when
full
he was huge.
Yeah, I like that version of him.
Electricity shoved up his ass. I think that's Deadpool 2.
It was Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
I liked that one, and I thought they should have came back with that, and it kind of threw me off once I seen him. But I was like, you know what? They're not doing that with everybody else anyway. So he matched the temperature.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who else did we get? I would say
we had Deathstrike.
That was weird, bro.
I thought
that was like,
oh yeah, the claws.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird, but you know they did it. I originally thought though when he was saying like if Captain America was going to come back, I thought the TVA might have caught him after Endgame. When he goes back to Return the Stones. Yeah, I thought maybe they're gonna bring Cap back in this way. So because we all knew it was Chris Evans as soon as he started talking, But I am glad that they did Johnny Storm because it's funny. That was his first MCU part.
It was amazing. Can you remind me where it was Lady Deathstrike, right?
Yeah, Lady.
Yeah, it's the chick with the metal like fingertips. She kind of just like plays
Kelly who?
No, I know who she is and what she is. Where was it in the movie? I'm forgetting.
She's part of the background mutants.
She was part of like Cassandra's
team. Like whenever
fuck,
you get like the red like teleporting dude.
What's his name? Azazel?
Azazel.
Yeah.
Azazel.
Yeah, Azazel. Yeah.
Who else? Psylocke was in it. I didn't see who played her though. I couldn't see it fast enough. Was Olivia Munn again or
wondering
no?
if they're gonna bring her in, and I thought I saw her for a split second, but
she
they
was
didn't
in
really
it.
use her.
But I didn't see her
Yeah.
face. I don't know, so I don't know who played her because I know Olivia Munn played her in not Last Stand, the other one. It's the other X-Men.
First
It was
Class.
the one with Oscar Isaac where he plays
First
like the
Class.
prophet.
Was it First Class? Is that the one after
Isn't it
Last
First
Stand?
Class?
No, I
I
think
think
it was
first. I think it's First Class.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. That's it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that one wasn't that great.
No, it was not.
But yeah, no, there was a lot of different people in there that I thought was really cool. The thing is, though, I was talking to Jay about this. Like, how many of them are? This is it. Like, you get this one shot again and you're done. Versus who's going to stay. So the other side of it was those main four that they brought in, or main three. You know, Blade,
Elektra,
and Gambit. Out of those three, what are we seeing? I saw something today where Wesley Snipes actually talked about not playing the role, and that he was called up by Ryan Reynolds. But her, what's the name? Fuck, I can't say it. Hermashala. No.
Oh,
yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He didn't make it. He made it sound like he's still gonna play the role as Blade, which I'm fine with.
I was gonna say, they're coming out with a new Blade movie, right?
Yeah.
This year.
Or
not this year, but soon.
They got pushed back so many times.
It's gotten pushed back again. So we're and they didn't announce anything during the fucking Comic-Con.
The reaction that he's getting, I think, is bigger than the reaction that they got originally for Lama playing Blade. So you never know, dude. And if they keep pushing out, all you gotta do is just switch it out. They're already gonna lose money anyways by pushing it. So you might as well give the people what they want to see and put Blade in there.
Which actually was funny. I'm surprised they didn't have Ryan Reynolds come back and play his role.
Yeah.
Or at least have like a cameo for it, because that would have been hilarious.
He could even been like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Yeah, and he just comes in wearing a name tag. Fuck you.
Mahershala.
Mahershala.
Yeah,
there you go. Ali.
Mahershala.
But yeah, I did love the aspect of saying what he said though. Like, I'm the one and only fucking Blade, and all of us thought it like, what does this mean? Like, what the fuck happening next?
Everybody caught that.
Said that.
Everybody caught that.
Me and Tony looked at each other like, oh shit. You don't know, bro.
Yeah.
So did anyone know? Oh, dude, I'm running this show right now, Tone.
You keep talking. You're not running the show.
I'm excited. I've been waiting. I've been waiting like 3 days to do this.
Please go ahead.
So we had a few things too that, if anyone knows, we had Captain America's shield. We had
a quarter shield, but go ahead.
Yeah,
it's part of the shield.
It was a prototype.
Arc reactor. We had Pepper Potts Forbes cover. Yeah. Then we had that fucking flying thing. I don't know what it's called, but the thing that the Fantastic Four flies on. That was in there too.
Oh yeah. You're talking about at the front of the cavalry in the void.
What do they call it?
I have no idea.
It's like the Fantastic something.
There was actually a lot of little things. There were a lot of
there's a lot of small ones.
So what do you guys think?
I saw like the Guardian ship that was
Milano?
crashed. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was crashed in there, which I thought was funny.
The 20th Century Fox logo crashed, knocked over.
That was great. What do you say? Fuck you, Fox?
That's
or something like that?
So my thing is, let me ask you that. X, good observation on that. That was the Void. So what would the Milano do being in the Void?
Well, it's either, I'm thinking they stumbled upon something, or the maybe one of the Guardians teams mess with the Time Stone. Maybe they saved the Time Stone instead of getting the other stones during that time. So Time Variants are like, what the fuck you doing? Sent out of here.
See that? Can I say something real quick? The Void is it's cool, I guess. Like, I understand it, but wouldn't half the world that got snapped by Thanos go there to the Void?
No.
Or where did they go?
They just disappeared. They just stopped existing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember,
in
I
the
think
comic books, if you were the thing was if you were snapped out or taken out of existence, you would actually go to the Soul Stone.
Mhm.
And it kept like everybody there. There's like at some point there's actually a lot of characters that get stuck in there, and I think the one that got him out was Adam Warlock.
That sounds right.
Asgard's castle was also in the void, though.
It
So
was,
that's kind of,
but it was small.
Yeah, it was only like a little part. So that it's I don't know. I really don't know what the void is.
Well,
maybe I
the
don't know.
void was like the TVA's like rejection realm. So
But
like
that's
if
what
they
I'm
were
saying,
trying
but
to fix something,
how do you get Asgard into there?
That's a good question.
They say when they're purging, they purge a timeline, so everything exists on the timeline. So if you purge a timeline, it all has to go somewhere. So I'm sure everything and everybody exists there at some point.
Well, the way that they described it, was that the the timeline dies. Like that's it, just stops existing altogether. It doesn't go to the void. The void is where they send the people with the sticks, like that they touch them with. So like, and that's for people who just don't want to like listen to whatever the TVA is trying to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you send an entire city there, unless they can like selectively choose. But because I mean, there was also the Avengers like helicarrier and everything in there as well.
Like,
the Leviathan, that big ass fucking
yep,
thing.
the thing from Avengers, the first one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was just kind of their way of like, putting things in there to show like the different timelines and the different like movie things like coming together, the studios coming together, and probably to get people to talk about it. But
so we don't think it's going to cause anything different in the future of these videos.
No, because it could have been one of any infinite variants of any one of those existence.
And my thing is with all of this going on, and we're talking about like are there actual, I know from Loki we've seen the end of time, we've seen the void, we've seen all this, but where are the Lokis in this? Because I think they would have been a big part of this as well, and I'm actually really shocked we didn't see any of them. At least like one.
Yeah, that is actually a great point.
Especially with Loki being pretty much the time.
Did you guys watch Loki, by the way? Did you guys watch the show Loki?
I watched like one episode. I want to watch it because I hear such great things.
Oh, dude.
I have not watched season 2 yet.
Oh,
okay.
Please.
Well, that's what he's referring to, by the way.
Yeah.
In my opinion, season 2, in certain aspects, is better than season 1.
Oh, yeah. I think season 2 might have saved the MCU because we're getting little movies that came out after that and little things that come out after that where it's like, okay, the start of it was either Shang-Chi or fucking Loki.
No, we forget about too is Cassandra's magic she was using. That played a big role, and then her mentioning that she like passed by an amateur magician at some point.
It was Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. So like
I got this ring from him, and I was like, "It's a sling ring, bitch. Put it down."
So my thing is like, why weren't they involved in any of this either? Would it have been just too much to start bringing random people in?
Yeah.
I think it's just too many storylines going at the same time. Like in my opinion, they were already. I was going to say, in my opinion, they were already too many. But they also have to do an entire Deadpool storyline, an entire Wolverine storyline, and then bake in everything else. But do you think
that's okay though? So now they can. This is Disney saying we can do whatever the fuck we want now because we touched base on one little percentage of something.
Well,
I think so.
Go back. To do
let's actually talk about that, bro. Like this was the funeral for Fox. This was the funeral for Fox and the fucking rebirth of the MCU. And they did it within one movie. And like I said before, this wasn't something I anticipated to see. I was anticipating to see more of a Marvel introduction rather than a funeral for Fox. But let's talk about that. And if it's a good thing or a bad thing of what we saw. I think it was both sides, bro. It was a good thing and a bad thing. Like it was a good thing that we didn't know what was going on, and which made us surprised for the cameo. But it is a bad thing because no one knew that was technically the funeral of of Fox, because people were expecting some kind of MCU introduction, which I guess technically we did get the MCU introduction, but we were expecting to see some of the Avengers like on screen and some of the characters that we got to see within the MCU rather than what we saw in the Fox movies. So to me, it's a good and a bad thing, and I think that's why it didn't hit as hard for me as it would have done if I knew that going in. But at the same time, the movie was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't even care after I saw Gambit. Like once Gambit showed
Yeah.
up, I didn't give a fuck about the movie anymore. I just thought about like, fuck, I hope this is a real character, and I hope it stays.
Yeah,
I was like,
for a while.
I want a Gambit movie so bad, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
and
I've
that's
always
the-
wanted a Gambit movie.
Yeah, when we might, because at this point, they said, "Oh, there's people that helped us out. Like, can we go back and get them?" And obviously, we see X-23 at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So Gambit could exist.
Yeah.
How old is she supposed to be in this?
She's probably supposed to be like 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, because they said 10 years for her. So
I
I
wasn't
think she's
sure.
supposed to be around almost either an adult or like
Right
You know.
there.
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, so touching back on what was said before, I think the movie was good. I think that there was too many storylines going on, and the actual storyline itself was kind of weak. But the movie itself was still entertaining. I just felt like with the actual with everything going on, like nothing felt dire or like big in like the regards of like how important everything felt. It was just kind of like, oh, Deadpool, your timeline's dying, and you got to fix it. And he's just like, okay, I'll do that, and I'm gonna go get this guy to help me do it. And then they were just like, oh, why would you do that? That's so stupid. That's not gonna fix anything.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of felt like at that point you're just like, oh, like we're doing this for what, really? Like yeah, I guess, but like his timeline might die, but like he's also not existing in that timeline, so he's gonna stay alive. So like, what does it really matter to us? Like, I don't know. Like,
I think
it just didn't feel big.
Yeah, for him especially, I think the only problem for him was his family. I mean,
yeah,
round them up and bring them with you. Or like if it's just, it could have been something as simple as that, or just seeing if his family is intact on this new Earth. But the one thing I was really confused about is that they did say 616, which is the main timeline.
Stitch.
And then what?
Stitch 626.
Yeah.
I'm funny now. Now you motherfuckers don't get it.
We get it.
Jokes on
It
you.
was,
He's
in the
first place.
He's a Marvel character.
It was what 185 Earth 100.
It was 10005.
Okay, so
1005.
yeah,
It was like
something like that.
or it's 10,005. That was the number.
Fucking
Yeah.
nerds.
But for me, is
Sorry,
like,
it's up here.
is he still 616 timeline, or because he went back in time and changed it, is he now in the new Earth, but that Earth still exists without Deadpool?
I think he was always in the 10005 timeline, and I think that is just Fox's timeline versus Marvel's main timeline being 616. I think.
So how are we gonna get them there and be introduced in the MCU then? That's the question then.
That's like some Sony shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Sony probably has a storyline.
You did.
Yeah.
You just opened the can
Yeah.
because Deadpool and Spider-Man are 616.
But they're not, though. Technically,
They're not. Not in the cinematic universe.
Oh, okay.
In the comics, they exist. Everybody exists. In
Hey,
616.
but we just make whatever fucking rules we want now because we're Disney.
That's the thing.
Not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they
fucked
can.
up. Hold on.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason why I hated the fucking multiverse, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a cop out to me. It's not, someone died. Oh, let's go back in time and fix, or go to the multiverse and fucking change it. I thought that part
didn't do that with Tony
was
Stark.
so dumb.
And
yeah, me too.
When we saw Happy, I was expecting Tony to walk in and I was gonna be like, bro, and obviously we knew what year it was supposed to be, so he was still alive.
He was alive, yeah.
Which would have been okay
if
it was just a cameo.
The thing is, though, Doctor Strange, his spell did transcend time, and that whole scene where he was eating the cake 616. How else would he know about Spider-Man and all the moves and everything like that?
Well, and that's what I thought was funny about Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because that movie takes place after No Way Home. And he says, I'm going to forget about you. But in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, he says, oh, yeah, this kid Spider-Man, we had to help him out. We erased him from all of our minds, but we still remember who he is. How the fuck does that work?
I still think that that's how they're going to bring it in. I think Deadpool is going to pop up. It's going to be that timeline. They're going to move forward. That way they can bring in some more of the old Avengers. I think they're going to start doing it. Because we're going to another Thor too.
Which is wild. Insane.
But what timeline is that though? Because aren't they going to like fucking medieval Vikings or some shit?
I don't. Well, from what I've been hearing and seeing online is that they're finally going to introduce their other brother. What's his name?
Yep, that guy.
Thaddeus.
It starts with a B.
Brachus.
No,
Balthazar.
that sounds.
That's not it.
Tones, you on the keyboards?
Official.
Tones on the keyboards.
What is it? Say it again.
I'm already on it.
The B character X was talking about. Bitch.
Well, dude, this is a podcast for friends.
Balder.
I knew it.
So
Like
because
Baldur's
Balder,
Gate?
pretty much spelled the same way. Balder and Hercules have a feud. So
I think you were telling me this the other day, right?
Probably. I don't know. I started spelling
because you said Hercules the other day.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be Thor and the Legend of Hercules. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. You were telling me about this. Go ahead.
I think we're getting a lot of introduction into some timelines.
But what does that have to do with anything?
It really doesn't at this point. That's what I'm saying. They're going to include this into the multiverse saga, but where are we at with Thor, bro? Because he's not with anybody. He's on his own adventure right now.
This is why we are not understanding what the fucking MCU is doing.
You know
right
what
now.
we need, Tones? We need Hulk.
We need a fucking reset. We got the Red Hulk.
Not Red Hulk.
We do have the Red Hulk.
We need Space Hulk so we can get fucking symbiotic motherfuckers and bring them back to here so we can get symbiotic Deadpool.
Talk your shit.
Oh, bro.
Venom.
That is what I want next. Absolutely. Venom Pool? Give me. Please.
Oh, my God. That would be fucking hilarious.
But we can't do that because Spider-Man had vials and people had vials. I think that's what we talked about the other day, right, Jay? Like he had a vial instead. And
it was an experiment.
And the new Venom shows all the cousins and brothers and sisters all in vials too. So
Space Hulk's already happened too. Because that whole story happens on Secret Wars and the battle arena that you see Hulk and Thor fight in. Thor, yeah. And so that already that storyline kind of already happened. So it just obviously Marvel doesn't have all the rights to Spider-Man and Venom included, so they couldn't make that work.
Sony is fucking it up, and it doesn't make any sense.
Sony needs to relinquish it, man.
Was it Space Hulk Warhammer?
Just have Marvel buy back all the characters, and they'll fix it.
They won't do that.
Sony? Oh yeah, Sony won't because they're making fat cash off of it.
Dude, you got one of the most iconic MCU characters of all time, Spider-Man. What? Fuck no. They'll never lose that, right? Even if they got even if Tom Holland became a creep, they still keep him.
We've seen Tom Holland. Never mind.
Dude, Tom Holland could play Tintin, by the way. Just throwing that out there for y'all.
He could play Peter Pan too.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I do want to get your guys' overall likes and dislikes. I'll start with you, Candid. What was your main likes? What was your dislikes for the movie? And kind of what you thought about the movie in general, what you could have done better for the movie.
So likes, obviously I like Gambit because that's a badass motherfucker. I like that they actually gave him a chance and not just a cameo appearance. He actually fought. They showed everything about him. They gave him all the powers. He felt like he was a real character. like a set in stone character. So I think that's my biggest highlight of it. What I don't like is how forced they made Wolverine with saying the F word. Most of his lines felt very fake and forced, and it was almost getting annoying. Like they're just trying to make him say the fuck for some
Let's
reason.
fucking go.
Yeah, it was just kind of cheesy.
They were pushing the rated R narrative.
They were, which we didn't need them to do that. We already know it was. So that's that one part. What I would change, I think I would change the storyline a little bit. I think it wasn't clear enough what was going on. It was kind of chaotic, but at the same time, it's a Deadpool movie, so you kind of expect it to be chaotic. The best thing about it though is that we did not get T.J. Miller as a bartender, because fuck that guy.
You don't like T.J. Miller?
No, he's a bitch.
He's a fucking weirdo.
But he did play a great bartender. Oh, and I'm sad. It made me sad about Deadpool's wife. Like I thought that was sad.
Oh,
after how much time and everything is done for her.
By the way, you know why they don't have T.J. Miller in there, right?
Because they don't like each other.
Yeah, because Chris Evans and T.J. Miller just don't like each other in real life. Like he doesn't want him on the project.
And same with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll say Ryan Reynolds. Even the cast of Silicon Valley didn't fucking like him. I heard he shows up late to everything and just a pain in the ass. Now he's the main character when he's not.
Oh, T.J. Miller does.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But
fuck him. But yeah, no. Besides that, just the wife thing. I thought that was very sad. And that's all he lived for, dude. Like literally everything he did was for his wife. Even putting the ring up his butt.
Was it a ring?
It was a ring pop.
It was a ring pop.
It was a ring pop. I'm pretty sure he also gets pegged in that movie.
Yes.
Oh, he did. When she said that.
What about you, Jay? What was your likes, your dislikes, and what you would have changed?
I mean, the easiest like for me is this was one of the funniest movies. I think, honestly, in general, there's not very many movies that make me laugh this many times. And I mean, Candid can attest to how many times I was laughing in that theater because just stuff was hilarious.
It was funny, and it was loud. Must have laughing. I look around like, oh shit, no one else is laughing.
Hey, dude, it happened with us too, bro.
Yeah.
We were laughing our ass off.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
I just didn't laugh as loud as he did. But I'm like, it's fucking funny. But I enjoyed him liking it because I'm like, dude, it was funny. And
I didn't.
It was hilarious.
I didn't tell X this, but there was like a dad and his like 3 kids next to me to the left. They didn't laugh one time, dude.
What?
Not one. Yeah. Not one time.
The guy next to me fell asleep. This is like, not only just as a Marvel movie is it funny. It's funny as a movie in general. Like, there's some comedy movies that didn't make me laugh as hard as this. Yeah. And it didn't seem like forced. Ryan Reynolds is just a funny dude. I guarantee you most of it was ad-libbed in the moment. I loved seeing Hugh Jackman again as Wolverine. He was such a perfect casting in general in the first place, obviously besides his height. But he's so good as Wolverine. And I liked seeing him in an R-rated movie. I think, he's a gruesome character. And, thinking back to like all the X-Men movies growing up, like they kind of tone him down. Like he doesn't really go as hard as he does in this movie. And I liked it. My dislikes, like I said earlier, I think the storyline was a little like too all over the place. Nothing felt like a main objective other than destroying the machine. And when you get to that final fight, it's really anticlimactic. Like they're not even fighting the bad guy. It's, it just feels like there's not a lot at stake ultimately.
Who was the bad guy in this?
That's the thing. It's like you have Paradox and you have Cassandra. Yeah. Cassandra.
Yeah.
Like those are your
fucking, what's the void thing called?
Oh yeah.
Goliath.
Yeah, that thing.
Goliath.
Yeah, I think that's right. Like Goliath isn't like a bad guy, but like it's a threat that they bring up a couple times, but it just seems really convenient when they bring him up. I don't know. It just like I said, the storyline could have had more like intensity to it, more at stake. But the cameos were great. The comedy was great. I want to see a Channing Tatum Gambit movie. Gambit's one of my favorite superheroes. So is Deadpool. So
Yep.
I mean, seeing those two in a film together is kind of crazy.
And I totally agree with you. Those were my dislikes as well. It's like there was nothing significant that was going to happen besides like the world, his timeline dying. But it wasn't like it wasn't like they were serious about it. Like it didn't look like there was anything at stake. So that was my dislikes for sure. And of course, the not only the cameos, but the potential of what can happen with those cameos is what I liked about this movie. We can get a Gambit movie, we can get an X-23 movie, like we can get even Elektra. What's her name?
Jennifer Gardner.
That's why I asked him, like, what?
Still bad.
Yeah,
oh, dude, she looked great. I said, I walked out, I'm like, dude, she actually looked better now than she did then. Like she looked like shredded too. Yeah, but what do you do with her? She isn't. Yeah, but we can movie again, dude.
No, we can. I have an idea. We could see her in the show for Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Yep. That's the only way I see her coming back.
Or even Echo.
Multiversal Daredevil.
Or Echo, dude.
Are they going to reboot all that?
Yeah. Aren't they coming out with the? No, they're coming out with another show.
No, there's a Daredevil.
Same actor. Daredevil. He's already in one of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
he's already in Echo.
Yeah, he's in Echo. They already begun filming.
Still one of the best fight scenes, by the way.
His introduction into the MCU was She-Hulk.
Wait, She-Hulk.
Oh yeah.
No, sorry, I'm wrong. It was Spider-Man, and it was
it was Spider-Man. He like grabs the thing like that.
Yeah, him actually in action was She-Hulk.
Yeah,
well, the wrong kind of action.
I'm still saying Echo. That fight scene between them is top notch. Like, that was a fucking solid scene.
Yep.
Yeah. But like I said, the potential of what can happen with these cameos, I think, was kind of one of my favorite parts about this. And of course, like I said, I went in with the mindset of wanting a introduction to the MCU rather than the whole funeral aspect that I was saying earlier. Other than that, like this movie was great. If I had to change anything, it would just be like you said, Jay, just something more of like, you better do this or you're gonna die, or even have like an antagonist, a obvious antagonist. Like we don't know who the obvious like villain was. We had no idea. Was it Cassandra? Was it fucking the Deadpools that they fought for 10 minutes at the end? Like we don't know. Was it Paradox? That we don't know who the villain was. So that was something I would change. It was all over the place when it comes to that. But all in all, bro, it was a Marvel movie that we needed. You get me?
I agree.
Those are my CGI? The CGI was kind of weird, dude.
Some of it was, yeah.
When Deadpool and Wolverine jumped out at the end of the bus, towards the end of the movie, it was just weird, dude. It didn't look like
didn't look real. Budget at that point.
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
You know, another part was, remember they were standing in front of that storefront, the Lee Field store?
Yeah.
And he's standing there with his, like, that's when his sleeves get ripped off. His fucking arms looked fake. I don't know if you remember that, but they looked like plastic, dude. And his body, he had a big ass head, and his shoulders were like, he looked small. It was fucking weird.
I don't think it was the arms. I think it was the cowl. His mask.
It's just too
big. His mask was CGI.
So
I think they might have fucked that up. But
it's weird looking.
I was just focusing on the sparks coming out very conveniently in the background during that scene.
All right. As soon as
it never happened until they were walking away from the actual shop multiple times.
But yeah, what about you, X? What was your likes, your dislikes, and something that you would have changed?
I mean, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I mean, I loved all of it. I loved seeing every single cameo from. Like, obviously, Blade walking out. Blade was the first real, I would say, but besides X-Men, Blade was the first Marvel movie I actually really paid attention to.
Yeah.
In
Marvel?
I would say, yeah. I mean, we had the X-Men movie, but then I think Blade came out like pretty close to that, and then obviously Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
What else? What was? Sorry to cut you off on your thing, but I'm curious now. What was before Blade? There was something right before that. Was it Punisher, or was that after?
Probably Punisher.
Yeah,
I
so I
think
feel like
that
Punisher was
timeline makes
another.
sense.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that.
I think the actual first Marvel movie, though, I think was Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know it was too cheesy for me when I was a kid. Anyway, Dad didn't let me.
Yeah.
He was like,
No.
"You don't need to watch this."
No, you just mess around with the Disney. Fuck you. I was trying to think. I was thinking of Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
But yeah, obviously we all say the story. I mean, I honestly thought what they could have done if they were going to go with the story of Wolverine and his world, you know, all the X-Men dying, it should have been the way they did in the comics, which was, I mean, they've already talked about like, I can't remember but the drones obviously kill off a lot of the X-Men at some point.
Sentinels?
Yeah.
The Sentinels, thank you.
Yeah.
But they could have went off of the Logan storyline to where they're trying to get the kids to Elysium, and they should have just done a version of where they didn't make it and Wolverine could have saved them. But instead, like maybe in the time, you know, he was focused on maybe just killing at that point rather than saving all the X-Men, and they all eventually died, you know, trying to get people to Elysium.
So why have X-23 then?
That's my point, because X-23 in Logan makes it.
And she was a kid, right? She was a
like kid then,
10 or 11 or whatever.
Yeah. So and in her world, I'm this is what I'm picking up. In her world, is that still happened, but I think Logan might have made it out, but he probably died eventually after. So her Logan is still gone, but he probably died on a timeline where he was supposed to.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, other than that, like I said, all the cameos are great. I did like Cassandra Nova's character. I did like the way they did her. Like her powers were great. She does have a little bit more in the comics, but you know, you can't make everybody overly superpowered. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You really can't give her everything. And I did love how they just kept referencing to Magneto. Like, Magneto exists. He was trying to fuck up the timeline at some point. That's great. I did like that they mentioned Professor X and her being taken away from his timeline, which is pretty much every single timeline from what I was understanding, is that as soon as she was born, they took her out. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got out of it too.
Yeah, I thought that was great. But yeah, I would like to see.
It was too short with her though. Like she
was
was supposed to be the main villain. They didn't play her off like she was. Like she was like all of a sudden she came in like, oh, I'm the main villain, and then she was gone. And
then she helps them back to get to the world. Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
She turns on him again.
Yeah. Let me help you out get here, and then I'm gonna take all the powers, and we're gonna.
But hey, can we question on what she was actually doing? Like, what was she doing?
Well, that's the thing, is I think she was just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she just wanted to kill everything for almost no reason.
She wanted to be known as the brother or the sister, because her brother gets all.
She wanted to be important.
Exactly.
Yeah, she wanted to be important. But like, it just felt weird because she does literally help them out, and then 10 seconds later, she's in their world. And she's like, "I'm gonna kill all the timelines, starting with this one," for like no reason whatsoever. After she just helped them get out so that they can save it. It's like,
wouldn't this kill her at some point?
Yep.
Probably.
She would have, in a way, she would have tried to do a Loki for you two, like the ending when she has her arms and those powers. It's a huge reference to Loki, because that's kind of what happens in season 2 towards the end. Once you guys watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about.
So why can't we go back to the Thanos timeline and, before the snap, fix that, and go to another timeline and grab fucking Spider-Man, go to another timeline and grab Venom, somewhere. Like, why aren't we doing that?
It's probably going to happen. They're probably going to make a sacred timeline, bring everybody in, and kill everybody else.
So, big question for you guys then. What's your thoughts on Disney at this point just saying, fuck you, no more timelines. We're going to create a brand new 2027 Infinity Gauntlet War Suicide Squad bullshit. I'm just saying, like, they grab everything and just make it a new world. Branch off.
Oh, good.
I was gonna say I don't think they do like where they kill it all off and like restart from scratch because they've already built up some of these core
Not
characters
kill it
into
off
like
though.
these.
Not kill it off. Create stems to make, but not go based off the comic.
I just don't think there should be a fucking timeline that people could jump to and a multiverse that people could jump to.
But that happens, and that's how you have other.
It does,
That's
yeah,
how we have
that's-
Robert Downey Jr. as fucking
That's
Doom, technically.
yeah.
I get it, but it's to me, it's just that
Not for the movies though.
They're using it
Yeah,
way
yeah.
too much, dude.
Not for the movies,
I
because
agree.
I said this, and I will die on this hill. Out of all of us in this room, how many of you actually read 50 Marvel comics?
Yeah, I mean,
One.
probably. Yeah.
Right? But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. How many of these kids that go to the movies read a comic?
Oh, none.
Who the
none.
fuck has a comic if you go to A1 Comics, which is in the fucking random spots, and it's overrated and over
And comic books are now they're expensive.
It's
now.
$6.
So,
Yeah.
so no one's doing that, and then we're gonna give all these kids tablets to fucking watch it on there and read them on there when they can just watch the movie. So you make this stuff up anyways. Why?
Well, not-
why
yeah,
watch
not-
the
I
comics?
think
Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say I think the way that they should do it right is they they need to figure out the rights with Sony first. Like that's one of the things holding us back or
That
holding
is
them
number
back.
one fucking thing.
Well,
Figure
Fox-
that
that's what they
out
need
now.
to
Fox
do.
was number one. That's what fucked us in the first place with the timeline.
Fox,
With the timeline.
So what I think they need to do is figure that out with Sony in the real world, so they can have either just the rights to make the movies again. Sony can have whatever video game franchises, whatever merchandise, whatever they want to do. But Marvel needs to have the rights to make films without Sony getting their own versions of that film.
Yep.
Then they need to make a storyline where the other multiverses and the other timelines and all this stuff is actually guarded by probably some Avengers of some sort, like Doctor Strange, Professor Xavier, Reed Richards, and maybe even like Scarlet Witch, somebody like those group of the smartest people, and then not touch it ever. Like you do not need to go into these timelines unless you like super rare occasion where you need to pull a big bad guy. Like, and maybe they're just like, cool, they're coming into your world. You need to kill them, and that's it.
So how do you get Midnight Suns now with having Robert Downey Jr. playing Doom?
See, that's what I don't
that's easy.
understand.
That's easy.
Just keep his mask on the whole time?
Nope. So you've already established the Midnight Suns. You're actually bringing in more characters than you should have in Midnight Suns. And we're getting Punisher. Here's my thing. I don't think if you're gonna go Midnight Suns, if you want to do the supernatural bump in the dark, then
who's Johnny? Is it Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider, or is it a different?
It's not Johnny Blaze. It's the other one. It's the Mexican version of him. It's Robbie Reyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can totally do that, and they've actually already established Robbie Reyes in the MCU. He does exist. He has existed for like 10 years. He was in S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is
I've never seen that.
It's
dude.
canon, bro. It's canon.
Yeah, he is in that.
They can do all of that. I would say leave Iron Man out, just because you really don't need to be super overpowered. He's going to be overpowered. He pretty much has like the power of the sun. If you're going to have vampires in it, just don't do it. Period.
Yeah, and I mean that's where you then see now what. So now what Blade do we get? Do we get this is that thing? Can we depend on a timeline that we have to go back far enough that Blade was Wesley Snipes, or are we able to move Blade into her Shamalama into this new as this new Blade?
We're not getting that. I don't think we.
So then, what's the point of having Midnight Suns?
That's the thing. If we get Midnight Suns, it won't be at least for another 10 years.
And then fucking Hugh jacked man is going to be like 75 or 85.
Well, we'll just have
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill. Yep. Honestly, I'm kind of down to see him as
even though I made a video saying that like that's. Oh wait, did I make one? I didn't make one on Wolverine, so fuck you. It's not a forever character anymore. No, that's great. I just feel like they're trying once again, like we've been talking about. There's too many different routes they can go, and it's almost like they're introducing these people just in case they're like, well, fuck, this isn't going to work out for us. Midnight Suns, we already introduced them all in this movie.
Well, I think that's kind of what they do with the cameos in a sense. Is like they kind of were trying to figure out what would stick, in my opinion. Like, I think that the Electra play and the Blade play might have been more like a nostalgia thing, but I think Gambit was probably in there as like a, are people interested in this movie and are they interested in like this version of Gambit with Channing Tatum playing him? And if so, like, can we make a movie and make it viable?
We
And I
have been
absolutely
for
think they should.
years.
Yeah, I
And
think it absolutely should have been.
It shouldn't
And it-
tie into anything, by the way. It has to be.
Yeah,
it has to
I
be
think it could have its
totally
own.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's the
Free-
thing.
Yeah.
People loved the idea of Channing Tatum being fucking Gambit too.
Yeah.
Years ago,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
How bad?
And-
he just looks so fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
he
looks
does.
Yeah.
phenomenal. He looks
I
phenomenal.
thought
hair?
Taylor Kitsch did a good job in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
I do.
Yeah,
But I mean, Channing Tatum is from the South. Like, he was born, or I think he was raised in Mississippi or New Orleans, one of the two.
And he has a southern drawl.
Yeah, and I grew up in Mississippi, and I was used to going to New Orleans. His accent is spot on, by the way, spot on for Southern Creole, like New Orleans. It is spot on.
So where does this all leave Craven?
Craven.
So again, Sony is fucking up.
Yep.
Like,
I like doing this because it pisses him off.
It fucking makes me so mad, bro. Like, again, right now, the next movie we're getting is Venom. Right? That's the next.
Is
that's the
Venom
next
Venom
Sony.
then Craven?
Yeah, Venom is next.
Fuck, when's
Yeah.
Venom out then?
Like next month.
Soon, yeah.
It's
It's like super
Craven's
soon.
December, right? Or they get pushed out.
I think it got pushed to February next year.
Well, still,
Um,
that's crazy.
actually, I don't even think we're getting that. I think it actually got pushed like another year. I'm not even sure if they're done filming it yet.
There's so much. There's so much shit, man. We're gonna wrap this up here, but I want you guys your thoughts on just your overall thoughts on what's going on, the state of MCU, and how you think this movie put it in a good spot or bad spot. But yeah, I'll start with you, Jay. What was your overall thoughts of the movie and how you see the MCU going forward?
Yeah, again, I thought the movie was really good, entertaining all the way throughout. Very, very funny. You can't really. I mean, fantastic movie. Could have done a little bit better on the storyline, but still a good movie. A good introduction to the Fox characters. A good goodbye to the Fox like studios and how they were running it. Overall, I think this can put Marvel in a healthier spot. And I think Deadpool did a good job of pointing out the fact that like people don't like the multiverse stuff. And I think now that Marvel is aware of that, they can do the correct stuff they need to do to fix that. So I think it puts Marvel in a good spot to keep themselves more relevant for the next 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was very necessary for them to do a movie like this. And like, if you look at the overall point of this movie, they nailed it. Like, we get possibly more, like I said, more characters because of the people they introduced. We get a good direction for the rest of the MCU going forward. If we do end up introducing these people, like X-Men has to be coming, like that should be their main focus after all this stuff, like is X-Men.
Yeah.
So once Fantastic Four comes out and the Doomsday was just announced and Avengers, the other Avengers, I forgot which one it was. Like once all this is finished, like get your ass on fucking X-Men and make the movie, and it shouldn't be any problem by doing it. So I do like the direction it's finally going. We're having a good conversation about fucking Marvel, which is something we haven't done in so long. And I say this every time. It's like we have no idea what direction they were going. You know what I'm saying? And that was the fun part. I can call up X or Candid or Jay and be like, hey, I think this is what's going to happen because I saw this in the last movie. This was in the end credit scene. So this might happen. Yeah. Like, that was the fun part about fucking Marvel. Now,
but I'm going to tell you're dead ass wrong because that's not the direction to go in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now it's like, what the fuck did I just watch? I don't want to watch this shit. Like, So, unfortunately, that's the direction that they're in. But I thought this movie did a great job of pointing it into the right direction for a revive of the Marvel universe. So I enjoyed it. Candid, I'll go back to you. What was your overall thoughts, man?
So overall, I thought it was a great movie. We needed it. I think it was a great entry to Fantastic Four, X-Men. I think that we're talking about revives. I think those two franchises are going to be the revive of Marvel. I'm not saying that it's an MCU thing where we're going to all of a sudden see thousands of tie-ins from everything else. I don't think if they're smart, they're not going to go that route. And I think what they're going to do is that they're going to still bring the X-Men in and have cameos of people to kind of help fit the timeline, but they're going to go far to the left or right, whatever way they want to fucking go to get themselves away from the Avengers. If they were smart enough, they would take 10 years of X-Men, 10 years of Fantastic Four, and stay away from Avengers. That way they can refresh the Avengers later on and enter that into that timeline and start over again. That would be the smartest thing. As far as this movie goes, though, I give it like a 7. Honestly, it's very watchable. It's very funny. I would watch it again in a heartbeat. I just don't think it was amazing to the point where I need to go and tell all my friends how great of a storyline it had. It was more of fuck. I need to go tell my friends that I saw fucking Gambit and that these other things happened. But by all means, go see this movie. It was fucking great. This is a weird 7 for me.
It's a very like you have to go watch it either way. Like it's one of those movies where you just have to watch. But in our opinions, the storyline just wasn't something that hit hard for us. Like because we like certain things in movies, storyline being one of them. But it was one of those movies where, yeah, it wasn't the best, but it still was a great fucking movie, and that's weird for us to say.
Yep.
But X, how about you, brother?
As a Marvel movie goes, yeah, like a 6-7 for me. But as a movie, all in all, 9.5. I loved it. I laughed the entire time. I was excited about the cameos. Tony was punching on me every time someone walked out. I loved it, and I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I'm always guessing what's going to happen next in every single movie, and this movie did keep me guessing. Oh, who's going to pop out next? What's coming next? Definitely threw me off like right at the beginning. So, yeah, and this is the point in time, take this movie and fix the MCU, fix everything, get on the right track. Like this is it. Fix your shit with Sony, get everybody together, let's go. Yep. And we've already seen the future. We're already seeing what's going on in the future. Kang is out, Doom is in. In the words of Wolverine, let's fucking go.
Oh, and we get Galactus, which I've been waiting for years.
And we get Galactus. Yep.
Galactus, not fake ass weird Galactus.
Yeah. I do want to have a different conversation when it comes to or a different video. I do want to talk about the stuff that was said for the Comic-Con event, the Doomsday thing, the Avengers, Galactus, Fantastic Four. I do want to do a different video, so let us know in the comments if you guys want to see that video. I think that would be fun to do. Yeah, guys, let us know in the comments what you guys thought about the breakdown. What you guys thought about the movie. Give us your opinions on if it was good, bad, what you've changed, stuff like that. And did we go to Candid? Did I go to you already?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I can go again if you like.
No, it's good.
Please don't.
But yeah. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments because we also want to do see your guys' opinions and see where you guys are at with this. Like we kind of had the same overall thoughts, but someone could have loved it from start to beginning from start to end. And but I want to see
great.
I want to see why you guys did and what was your thought process of why you guys liked it that much and why you disliked it that much. So stuff like that. So also thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, we're going to be doing a different video for the Comic-Con stuff. So if you guys want to hop on that one, I'd love to have you guys. Yeah, you too. Jay, appreciate you for coming on, bro. You have social media? I forget.
Nah, not really.
No, okay.
He's modest. He's famous on TikTok. Jay Scrub.
Yeah, with all 25 followers that are all just my friends.
That I got.
It's not even a big friend group, to be honest. It's just
Jay Scrub on TikTok.
Yeah. If you guys want to follow Jay Scrub,
yeah,
look for him on any social media, but also let him know that you guys want him to start doing videos or something on in the comments, something like that. But X-Rod, appreciate you, brother, for joining us. If you could tell the people where they can find you on social media.
XRod_TV on TikTok, XRod_TV on Instagram, and we're going to be XRod_TV here on YouTube. We're going to be doing Marvel rants because now this is the time to do it.
Yeah,
we're starting now.
Where you been at?
You're
making me go on rants by myself. I'm not a Marvel ranter. It's throwing me off a little bit.
And you are ranting. Your TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Like the video.
Oh man,
I fucking love it.
I'm trying here.
But I appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you, brother. The Candid Camper.
Oh, that's me. Yes, the Candid Camper. You can find me on my YouTube channel where I do reactions to movies, videos, trailers, pretty much anything that has to do with a movie, video, or a trailer. You can also find me with the Candid Camper with an extra R at the end on Instagram, TikTok, and X. So go follow me, leave a like.
Comment below and stitch it.
And guys, I will have all their information in the description below, so make sure you guys go give them a follow on their social medias, their YouTubes, all that good stuff. All right. If you guys want to follow me on social media, Tones_TV on all platforms. Make sure you guys are commenting, and subscribing to the channel. We just hit 500 subscribers when this video comes out, so I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel, man. We've been doing a lot of House of the Dragon stuff. I know for those who don't watch the show, we're going to be doing one more kind of week and a week and a half of House of the Dragon, as well as, Marvel stuff. The finale comes out next week. We're going to be going live for the finale of House of the Dragon, episode 8. So if you guys want to come by the live, it'll be on Sunday at 5:00 Pacific time. So make sure you guys join us. Also follow the podcast, Bad Thoughts Podcast with Candid and I. We're going to be not rebranding, but we're doing the podcast. Going to put on some more stuff for you guys. So give us a little time on that. I'll put everything in the description below. But thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys have a great night. Love y'all.